So today is Deschutes Jubelale, which is their festive winter ale, and it's in category 21B because does have some spices in it, chicory root, and things like that it said on the website. So it is in the specialty spiced beer category. As far as aroma goes, it offers a lot of malty sweetness in it. I can't really smell the winter spices that we should be expecting. It does have some hop bitterness. As far as appearance goes, and I don't know that you can see as well as I can, that this is a deep red brown, and it's pretty crystal clear. It does have some light carbonation look to it, and it did pour with a little bit of a head, which it has retained relatively well. As far as flavor goes, there's a lot of stuff going on here. It has like a it has a sweetness to it. The initial flavor is very sweet and big, almost toffee or caramel quality to it. And then it kind of dries out. There's a second where it's a little metallic, and then it dries out, and it's very astringent, very husky, grainy finish, hot with some hot bitterness to it. Yeah. Um, the first couple of drinks that I had of it, it was hard to tell. It didn't balance very well. It ended up very sweet and it finished very astringent and very bitter. After a couple of drinks now, I noticed that it has kind of mellowed out in its flavor extremes. And so while it still has a pretty astringent, dry finish, it's not as pronounced. So I recommend that you have a couple of drinks of this beer. What I've noticed is that sometimes when you serve a beer fresh, cold, super cold, you don't get as much of the flavor, or that the flavor develops a little bit as it warms up. And so I actually had this in the freezer to cool it down, and then pull it out, and it's been kind of warming for a little bit while I was doing some other things before I got the video set up. So I think the first couple of drinks I had of it were colder than the ones that I'm having now, and it's a little bit more well balanced, slightly warmer than out of the freezer. And warmth kind of opens up flavor a little bit too. So oftentimes you'll have a beer, a couple of drinks when it's super cold, and then some while later you notice it's a little bit different flavoring, and that's what's happening is that the flavor opens up a little bit more. This beer is definitely hoppy in its finish. It comes in at 60 IBUs, which I think is just about the range for IPA, and 6.7% alcohol. So mouthfeel-wise, this is a big beer. It's full. It has decent carbonation, but it leaves an astringent, bitter taste on the tongue. My overall impression, I think this is a pretty good beer. It is very hop forward in the end. It's very aggressive in its hopping and its bitterness. So it probably doesn't make it onto my favorite beer list, but for you IPA lovers out there or American hops lovers, I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. So that's another one for our winter brew playlist. I hope that you enjoy it. If it's something that you've tried, share with me down below. If you have friends that are looking for winter brews to try, point them to my playlist. Check out all the beers that I have available this year and share the ones that you've liked the most. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night.